This is Jamey Stegmeyer of Stonemeyer Games, and today I'm going to talk about partnership. Stonemeyer Games would not exist today were it not for my business partner, Alan Stone. I was designing viticulture back in 2011 and sharing it with friends, and I realized that it was hard to, as much as I was enjoying designing a game on my own and sharing it with people and figuring it out and making it better, I wanted someone constant there, someone that I could always call upon to playtest, someone I could always email at midnight to brainstorm something random about the game with. One of the guys I played with, Alan Stone, I was playing with his wife and him, and he mentioned that he really enjoyed the design process. It was new to him and he wanted to be a part of it. And that really opened up something to me, that someone else would want to be there and be a part of the process just as much as I wanted to be there. I hear a lot of creators who come to me or talk to other creators who are struggling because they're going at it alone. And I think that's largely because game design is mostly a solitary process, at least in terms of the actual design and prototyping element of the process. But to have someone else there who can complement you, who can not only urge you on like Alan does, or Alan calls me out on stuff where I get too enthusiastic about something that I shouldn't be excited about, but also I have weaknesses like everyone else. You have weaknesses. That might be in terms of your skill set. It might be in terms of your funding. It might be in terms of some area of your business expertise that you don't have that someone else might have. Maybe you love maybe you love designing a game and you love working with spreadsheets, but you don't like interacting with customers all that much. That's okay. If you would identify that within yourself, that's great, and then you can either learn to do that, or you can find a partner who's really, really good at it. The one last thing I want to mention, if you do decide to get a partnership, is to have very clear expectations about your role in the company, in the partnership, and your partner's role in the partnership, or multiple partners if you have more than one. And from my experience, I would recommend looking at those expectations over time and not having a firm agreement in place from the very beginning. I would recommend at some point having a very firm contractual agreement, especially if money is on the line. But don't start off that way, because what you might find is that the sweat equity, the time that you and your other partners are putting into it, at the very beginning when you're all really excited about it and it's all this potential, that might be very different than 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, a year later when you're in the midst of a busy Kickstarter. You might find that you are doing a lot more or a lot less than you thought you would, and your equity in the company, your ownership, should reflect that sweat equity, that time that you're actually putting into it. So make sure that agreement is flexible. Don't lock yourself in to an ownership of the company that doesn't reflect your sweat equity, the time that you're putting into it. Yeah, those are my overarching thoughts. If you want to read more, I have an entry about partnership on my Kickstarter lessons blog. Thanks.